What's up, everyone? Welcome back. This is, without a doubt, the coolest pool that I have ever swam in, and this has been an amazing week. I've had several days now to process my races at this meet, the 4 times I swam to race in here, and I'm gonna break all that down for you, but first, I wanna talk about what this meet means to me and the emotion behind it and why it's my favorite meet in the world. This meet is my favorite because it's the most emotionally charged swim meet that physically exists, even more so than the Olympics. At the Olympics, you see close races, you see heartbreak, you see people achieving lifelong dreams of winning medals. But you know what? At the games, if you miss a final, you still get to call yourself an Olympian. At the games, if you miss the medal podium, you still got to call yourself the 4th or 5th best swimmer in the world at the highest meet you can possibly achieve, the Olympic Games. At the United States Olympic Swimming Trials, it's very different because heartbreak hurts a whole lot worse here. And obviously I'm biased, I'm an American that's been through the process, but achieving the pinnacle of making Team USA, there's nothing like it. At this competition, it is physically, mentally, but most importantly, emotionally draining. The emotion of this competition. It's like, for example, you have competition, you have races where swimmers are separated by hundredths of a second, and in one lane, you see them touch the wall, they look up right there, they see the Olympic rings flash right next to their name, and they achieve their lifelong dreams, and you see the best celebrations in the world. When Regan Smith touches the wall and celebrates, when Shane Cassis touches the wall, finishing second in the 200 diamond qualifying for the Olympics, and starts crying and celebrating, it's the greatest joy in the world watching that. Like, it's the best thing in the world. And on the flip side of that same coin, you look at the 3rd place swimmers, and it is the most heartbreaking thing in the world. You know, I've been sitting up in the coaches standing section right there for a lot of the races, and you'll see 6 coaches from a program jumping up and down, celebrating, weeping that their athlete just achieved their lifelong dream. And 10 feet in the other direction, you'll see a group of people whose hearts were just broken because someone who is definitely one of the fastest swimmers in the world, went one of the fastest times in the world, sometimes won a time that would win a medal at the Olympics, they don't qualify for the team. And that is the highest level of heartbreak. And to tell you what, I've seen it multiple times at this competition where an athlete gets 3rd and misses the team by a few hundredths of a second. And I've watched multiple coaches in that position go up and shake the hand of a coach whose athlete just beat theirs. You know, the greatest display of sportsmanship is who you are when you're at your lowest, and that's a tough pill to swallow. That's a hard position to be in for some of these coaches that have coached some of these athletes for, 2, 3, 5, 10 plus years to get to this point and to fall short. Falling short here hurts more than falling short anywhere else in the world. You know, it hurts to fall short at the Olympics, sure, but you still get to call yourself an Olympian. You still get that experience. You still represent your country. You fall short here, sometimes you're good enough to win medals at the games that happen a month later, but you don't get that opportunity. And that's where the pressure lies. That's why this is the highest level competition in the world. That's why the pressure cooker, the gauntlet that is this meet, is the greatest spectacle in swimming. Once again, I'm biased, I'm an American, you all understand that. But the pressure of going through this meet, you ask any athlete that has been through it before and gone to both meets, they'll say, this is where the championship is built. This is where the majority of the pressure lies. This is the greatest test. Make no mistake, this is the greatest test in swimming, and I love it. I am just, as the time I'm filming this, it's Saturday night, so we've got 2 more nights of racing. Not a whole lot of races left, but I love being on deck as much as physically possible because I love that energy. I love the environment, despite the physical toll that it takes on my emotions, as I just said. The highest of highs, the lowest of lows happening simultaneously, and I'm watching it all at the same time, and it's just, man, my hair. Look, I cut my nose, my 3-year-old. Yeah, my 3-year-old. I didn't talk about my 3-year-old cut my nose, everybody. Look who I just ran into, one of my favorite people, Caitlin.
Aww. Hi, guys.
I was just telling her what I just told you about this being the most emotionally charged and pressure cooker of a competition. How do you feel about that?
I couldn't agree more. I mean, I was talking to Natalie Coughlin on the deck last night, and I just, I knew her answer, but I want 20,000 people to understand and hear from somebody so decorated as Natalie Coughlin that this meet is more nerve-wracking than the Olympics. And Natalie spoke so articulately about that last night to inform, because not everybody gets it, and the highs and the lows and how heartbreaking this meet is for so many people, but also dreams coming true for, a small bunch. There's really not, if you do the math, what is the percentage of, the people that are making it that are here? So this meet, I mean, Cody got the chills.
I literally had, that's true, I had the goosebumps.
He had the goosebumps explaining it, like how much emotion this is in the meet, and seeing somebody like Shane's reaction.
Oh, that was my favorite. Oh,
I was like, I'm not crying, you're crying.
Yeah, it's so true.
So touching.
And your voice is coming back, so that's
slowly
awesome.
But surely, the voice is returning. 9-day swim meet is no joke.
Dude, it's so long.
Being a hype girl is no joke, and I feel like too, because it is so loud. Obviously, I know I have a microphone, but I feel like I have to scream into the microphone because and that's a good problem to have when you have fans this rowdy.
As for my races, oh, by the way, this is the mixed zone where they interview all the winners of the event. I don't know if I showed this in my tour video. The 100 breasts, I have had a habit of spinning my wheels too early at the beginning of a race, and not being long and smooth and controlled on the front half, and then having nowhere to go. And that's exactly what happened in the 100 breast. So my time was, it wasn't terrible, honestly. It wasn't that far off where I kind of thought I would be, but at least I thought I would make the final. I didn't qualify for the final in the 100, which was a little bit painful because I think I was definitely good enough to if I had just executed the right race, but I didn't, the nerves got to me a little bit on that one, and I was just a little anxious right out of the gate, not the best start and pull out, and then I just kind of ramped it up. My prelims of the 100 breaststroke, the first race I had, was really good. It was really easy, it was smooth, it didn't hurt, so I felt like I was in a good position because I always felt like I gave like 80-85%, and I was close to breaking a minute. And then when I swam the semifinal, I just spun my wheels, went way too hard, and and that was that. That wasn't a good race, but I was still in good spirits after that race because I had done this before. My last big shave taper meet was U.S. Open in December of last year, and I did the exact same thing in U.S. Open. I had a great prelim swim, and then I spun my wheels, and I ended up going slower in finals, which is what I did here. But when I did that at U.S. Open, literally the next morning I had prelims of the 200 breaststroke, and I went the fastest 200 breast I'd done in 5 or 6 years. So I was able to just turn it around. And the way to do that is what you tell yourself, right? It's controlling the mindset. And so I was in a good place. Plus I had 2 days off in between my next race. So I felt like I was recovered and fresh and actually able to get more sleep. And then I go to swim the prelims of the 200 breaststroke. And it didn't go as well as I wanted it to go. I dove in and my hand split, which has literally never happened to me before in a race. Just slightly. It's not like I fell way behind, but like right on the entry, like something kind of went wrong a little bit. But I still had a smooth first 50. And looking at my splits, my splits were exactly where I wanted them to be. First, second, and third 50. 33, 33 on the second and third 50. And then I was at the wall, I turned for the final 50 and kind of started to kind of rev it up and try to pick it up, and I went slower. And I ended up going, 2 seconds slower than what I thought I was gonna go. And that was really disappointing, right? And I got 17th place. And I know for sure I was good enough to have a better swim than that. But it is what it is. It happened. And it's like, I was in a good mindset in the ready room. I was nervous, but good nervous, not like freaking out nervous. Like I felt like I was in a really good place. Behind the blocks, I felt good. I felt confident. Like I wasn't wigging out or anything. There was a massive crowd, like 100 people behind my lane. They were chanting my name, and like I was digging it. Like I felt like I was like living in the moment in a good way. And I was prepped to have a good swim. But sometimes things just don't go the way that you want them to go. And I think I need more time to process like what could I have done differently, because I honestly don't know if me kind of falling apart and not having a good last 50 of that race was a lack of preparation in training and not being able to hit that next gear, or the way that I executed it in the moment, like the stroke rate, the rhythm, the way that I just started attacking that last 50. I think I need a little more time to process that, because I still think my fitness level is is not accurately represented in the times that I swam. And that's that's disappointing. I just thought I had trained and prepared better, and I didn't get to display that. And that's the most disappointing thing. But overall, despite the fact that, I missed making it back in that event, despite the fact that both of my races were not as good as I wanted them to be, the more important thing, and this sounds cheesy, and some people roll their eyes, but it's true, is like I genuinely had a really good time, like a truly magical time at this competition. And I don't think I would have changed anything other than obviously wanting to swim better. But this is my 5th Olympic trials. I mean, you've seen the tour video probably. This place it's amazing, and everything that I just said about this being my favorite meet to go to, more than the Olympic Games, more than anything, and it being in my hometown, my adopted hometown. I've been living here for over 10 years now. It's just the best. It's just the best. So, more importantly, like, I just totally walk away from this with my head held high, feeling good, and honestly just excited for the future. Excited to watch all my friends and teammates race at the Olympics. Excited to make some more swimming content. Excited to get back in the pool and start doing some new stuff, some different stuff. I've got some different events I'm going to train for. I've got new goals that I'm excited about that I'll share with you at a later time. New meets that I'm shooting for, that I'm planning on going to, that once again I'll share at a later time. But right now I actually got to run. I'm running late. I'm off to a celebratory dinner with my buddy James, my roommate in college, James Wells, who just proposed to Lily, live on NBC. Like, she got proposed to, like, right there, literally right there. And we're about to have a celebratory dinner at a nice steakhouse just down the road. And I am running very late. I'm supposed to be there in 5 minutes, so I'm gonna wrap it up now. But those are my initial thoughts on everything. More videos coming soon. Enjoy the summer. Until my next one, I'll see you all. Oh, actually, last thing, if you'd like a personalized video from me to you or someone you know for whatever reason, I am available on Cameo. We do have merch available on the merch store. And send me an email on the Instagram link button if you want to book me for a speaking event, for a clinic, for a banquet, whatever it is. I'm booking those things for later this year. Okay, that's it. Until my next video, we'll see you all later.